All right, hello and welcome to what I think is the 16th episode of Teaching Tuesday. Starting to lose track here, but we're getting close to the 20 mark, so I think it's important that we do keep track. Anyways, what we are going to do today is 5 of the best licks in the key of B flat major. You can move them into whatever key you want. This is the guitar, so it's very easy to move things in a bunch of different keys, and I would encourage you to move them in a bunch of different positions, different octaves. You can really get to some different articulations and some different sounds that way, so definitely do that. But without any further ado, yes, let's do lick number 1. So here's lick number 1. So a little slower. Okay, so yeah, what we basically have here is a D minor 7 arpeggio, and then from the 7th of B flat major, and then we're going up, just straight up the arpeggio. So I'm starting this phrase also on the and of 1, so 1. Right? So that's like a really popular lick. It's all over the place in bebop recordings from, the 50s up until now. So definitely a good one to know, kind of a cliche at this point. So even if you don't play it, good to know it. Okay, and then we're going to start out the next lick kind of similar to the end of the last lick. So we're going to do a major 7 arpeggio starting on that 7th. And then we're going to go chromatically. So here's the lick. And a slower. So we're doing that major 7 arpeggio again, starting from the 7th and then up from the root to the higher 7th down to the 5th. And so that kind of 5th to root area is kind of fair game for a lot of chromaticism. If you're, doing the major bebop scale like we've talked about before, we kind of have some chromaticism there. And then, the regular bebop scale, we're going to have, the sharp 7 and the flat 7. So definitely some good room for some chromaticism there. So there we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here's lick number 3. So short but sweet. It's kind of coming straight from Charlie Parker. He does something like stuff like that all the time. There's a famous Cherokee recording of him where he does that a lot on the bridge. But yeah, so we kind of have a major 7 arpeggio from the 7th down to the root, but I'm doing it as a triplet. And then we end up at the 6th there. So that's kind of a fun thing to play around with, going from the major 7th to the 6th, 6th to the major 7th. Definitely like an iconic major 7 like bebop sound. Okay, so lick number 4. So we're gonna actually do I'll just play it first. A little slower. Okay, so we're starting at the 9th at the top, a C, and then we're just going straight down the regular arpeggio, not a 7th arpeggio, just the regular triad. So root, 5th, 3rd, root, and then we have that kind of playing with the 7th and the 6th again. And I'm sweeping this because it's really ripe for sweeping on the guitar. You just kind of let your hand fall up. Yeah, so that's a nice little ditty there. And then there's one more. Okay, here's number 5. A little slower. Okay, so I'm adding a trill here. Also, good thing to add. You can add trills to all of these things to make them more bebop-y, a little prettier. But yeah, so we're doing a trill here, and then we have. So it's kind of like a F major 6 arpeggio, you might want to say. But yeah, you're kind of going back from that 7 to 6 sound again. There it is, kind of in chord, format. Yeah, and also I forgot to mention, these are licks that are over the major 7 sound, not really the 6 sound, not really like a bluesy kind of old school 6 sound, but more of like a true major 7 sound. Yeah, and I think we will follow up this video with kind of a similar concept over different chords, like minor chords, dominant chords, etc., etc. But yeah, that should get you going for a while. Like I said, feel free to move them in all types of different keys, positions, octaves, all that good stuff. It's really going to help you expand your own vocabulary and expand your creativity and help you find your voice. So that's a lot of the way I did it when I was kind of trying to figure out the language. So yeah, hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks for tuning in to the 16th Teaching Tuesday. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.